Okay, so today we're going to draft this basic slim pants, basic trouser. Okay, this is your handouts, and as you can see, this has front has no darts, and no pleats, no darts. It's flat. The back has one dart. Okay, and in order to draft these pants, you need waist measurements, hip measurements, and hip depth, crotch depth, outseam and inseam. Okay, so I took measurements from one of the dress forms we have in a menswear room. I used Albanon size 40. You have this handout in your bright space. So size 40 is here, okay, and you can use as the measurements when you draft. Okay, so these are the measurements I use for this demo. Okay, all right. So I'm going to draft this direction. This is the waist, hip, crotch, and then inseam. Okay, so when the draft is finished, it will look like this. All right. So let's start. So first, this is the paper edge. Make sure you have a few inches space, and you're going to mark the waistline. Okay, so this is the paper edge from top edge, and you're going to leave a few inches space, and you draw the waistline. And at the same time, make sure you use L square and draw the perpendicular line. So here from the waist, I mark 8 inches for the hip and 12 inches for the crotch. Okay, so waist, hip, and crotch. Okay, then again, you use L square to make sure you draw perfectly right angle perpendicular to the center front line. Okay, so you mark the hip line, okay, and the crotch line. Okay. Okay. So this is very, very important in drafting in general. Okay. You have a lot of vertical line and horizontal lines. This horizontal vertical has to intersect perfectly 90 degrees. Okay. That is why L square is crucial to draft accurate patterns. All right. Right. So once you have this waist, hip, and crotch, and next thing is that you mark the width of the pants. Okay, so here you have the formula. Okay, hip divided by 4 because we're drafting quadrant, right? So waist hip divided by 4 plus 3/8 as is. Okay, so my hip measurement is let's see how much was that. My hip measurement was 40 inches. Okay, so 40 divided by 4 is 10 plus 0.37538 in decimal. Okay, that is 10 and 3/8. So from on the waist hip line, you mark 10 and 3/8, 10 and 3/8, which is here. Okay, and then you can use L square again to mark that outseam. Okay. And you can draw this up and down, right? Like that. So as you can see now, you have a square done. Waist, hip, and crotch, and this is center front, and this will become the outseam. Okay. So next, let's work on the here waist area. Okay. So as you can see, this front pant has no darts. Okay. So that means difference between waist and hip, you can only take in at 2 seams, either center front or at the side seam. Okay, so you need to balance that. You don't want to take too much only at the side seam or too much center front. Okay, so for this style, from the corner here on the waistline, first you mark 3/4. Okay, so you mark 3/4 in. Okay, so once you mark 3/4 inch point, you're going to do this formula, which is waist divided by 4. Okay, So my waist is 34.5, 34.5, and divided by 4, which is 8 and 5/8. Okay? So from the point that you mark 3/4, and you mark 8 and 5/8. 8 and 5/8 is here. Okay? This is waist divided by 4. Okay, so this will be the actual waist. Now now we need to shape the center front and the side seams. So center front, how you draw center front is that you divide center front line into 3 sections. Okay, so my center front total 12, so divided by 3 is 4. So I do divisions like that. Okay, and you connect the second point, which coincides with the hip level. So connect this point to 3/4 inch point, like that. Okay, so not to this point, to the second point of the 3 divisions. Okay, so then side seam. So side seam is curved. So you use the French curve, hip curve, and then you will draw the line. Nice, not too curvy. Okay, so just slightly curve, gentle curve, like that. Okay, so use it and then blend it way above the hip line. Okay. All right. So now I have center front seam and then out seam here. Done. Okay. So as you can see, center front waistline is straight. Okay. So later when you actually sew front and back together, okay. So this sideways point creates slight corner. Okay. So in order to make it a smooth transition, you're going to extend this 1/4 inch from the waistline. So you mark the 1/4 inch. Okay. So go up 1/4 inch, and so you can mark just little square. Okay, and use the French curve here to, I think this direction is better, going like that, and blend it to the waistline. Okay, and same thing you do, but front is not as slanted as back. So here, side, sorry. So you go up 1/8. Center front, you only go up 1/8. Okay, and then you will use French curve, and just square off this corner. Okay, so this is perpendicular and perpendicular. Okay, so this is a completed waistline. Okay, all right. So now this part is done. Let's move on to the crotch area. So the difference between skirt and pants has the crotch extension. Okay, so how much do you extend? Okay, so that's the next topic here. So the amount is you're going to divide this. Okay, divide this section into 4. Okay, so this one was 10 3/8, right? This was 10 3/8. So I'm going to 10.375 divided by 4. Okay, so that's 2.56. Okay, almost 2.5. Okay, so divide this into 4 sections. So I'm going to divide section. Okay. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So equal divisions. Okay, and then this amount, just one section. So you measure this. I marked the triangle. Okay, so this amount you extend. Okay, so you extend the line, so which is about 2 and 6 here, 2.6. Okay, so you extend this amount here. Okay, so this will be my front crotch point. Okay, so once you mark the front crotch point, you need to complete the hip curve. the crotch curve. Okay. Now instead of just using hip curve, French curve to draw the crotch curve, it's it's a little difficult to draw the curve without any guidelines. So first, often in flat pattern making, when you draw the curve lines, you first draw straight guidelines and then add guide points and you draw the curve line. Okay. So for this one, you connect this point to the second point. Remember, we divide in 3 sections, right? So second point, you connect with a straight line. Now make sure when you draw guideline, draw a little lighter line, okay? Not the bold line, okay? So it's a little bit lighter line. And then once you have drawn this line, okay, from this corner, okay, draw the line which is perpendicular to the line you just established, okay? So draw the line like this. So this is perpendicular, right? Okay. So this line you divide into half, okay? This is divided into, okay? And then mark 1/8 toward the outside, so 1/8. Okay, so this is your guide point, okay? So you will draw the line from this point through this point and then to this point, okay? So now I think you can use French curve to create. Okay. So you can see here, this has to be nice, smooth transition, okay? Straight the curve and then to this point, okay? So this is the now center front line is complete, okay? Okay. So the next step is we finish this part here. Now we move on to knee and hem, okay? Rulers to the side. All right, so this unlike jeans or other type of pants, the dress pant often has a crease line. Okay, the dress pants is crease line. Crease line is not just a design detail, but it acts as a reference line to balance the inside and outside. Okay, so this is very important line. So where to place crease line is about the middle of this width of the pants. So get back to here that we did 4 divisions. Okay, you take second one from the center front, and you find the middle point. So let me mark the middle point of the second segment. Here. Okay, so it's the middle of this second segment. So this point goes up and down to become the crease line. Okay, so again, make sure you use the L square, okay, and go straight down and then straight up. Okay, okay, so this will be the crease line. Now, once you find the crease line, okay, so from here, you mark the hem, which is inseam length. Okay, so my inseam is 30. So you go into, draw further down, okay. Let's do tape measure. So from here, okay, you mark inseam, which is 30. So my 30 is here. I'm not sure if you can see. So let's see. So move up a little bit. Okay, so that's the where the hem is. Okay, so once you have the point mark, again, make sure you use L square to mark the hemline. Okay, like that, just a guideline. This, okay. Right, and then also knee level. So knee level, you can measure from your dress form. So my knee level was, let me measure the original one. So my knee level was from the waist to knee was 25. All right, so 25. Okay. So I'll mark from the waist, okay, 25. So that will be the knee level. So I mark that. Okay. So again, once you mark the knee line, use L square to draw the knee line. Okay. Okay. All right. So now here you're going to mark the width of that leg opening and then at the knee. So here we're going to mark 3, 3 and 3/4, and this is 4.5. Okay, so at the hemline, I'm going to mark 3 and 3/4. 1, 2, 3, and 3 and 3/4 here. So 3/4. And 1, 2, 3 and 3/4. Okay, so on both sides. Okay, so that's why crease line is important. It's to balance both inside and outside. And here you mark how much did I say? 4.25. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and quarters here. And 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters here. Okay, so equal parts, both sides. So here to here, you connect these points with straight line. Okay. So when you draw, you can just extend a few inches. Okay. So when you draw the this section, you don't want to go beyond this line. Okay. So again here. Same here, you draw just a few inches. Okay. So this part, this section is done. So just in the middle here. So this is for someone who draft first time, maybe a little challenging because it's a very subtle curve. Okay. Now here in C, again, first draw the straight guideline, connect the knee to the crotch point with a straight guideline. Okay, and then in about the middle section, you will mark 1/4 inch inside. Okay, so mark that guide points. Okay, so you draw very gentle curve. Okay, so here, go into that. Okay, and then go back to the crotch point. Okay, so it's gentle curve. Okay, and so that's the inseam. Okay, inseam curve. Now this part is like very loose S curve. Okay, so very loose S curve. So what you need to do is you're going to do this and then this. Okay, so we'll first draw S curve, convex curve. Okay, and then flip this to do concave curve. So that should work. So you can do like that. So you can do like this, right? And so from knee, okay, like that, and you flip, and then you can find the line that connect with nicely. Okay, so now actually the front pant is done. Okay, okay. Now let's do the back. Okay, so the back is I'm going to draft this on top of this front. Okay, so front pants, right? So I'm going to mark front pant. So red lines, you can distinguish this is front pant, right? So just that. Yeah. You can see. So now you can clearly see which line the finished front pant lines are. Okay. Okay. So let's draft the back. Okay. So if you compare front pant and back pant, you see, back is very tilted, right? So reason why is the back needs a little more movement and also need to accommodate the buttocks, right? So the center back seam is very tilted, slanted. Okay, so we need to do that first. Okay, so here for this particular pants, we're going to use this amount for the slanting. Okay, so first you look at this point. Okay, the intersecting point. Okay, so mark half an inch toward the side, half an inch. Sorry, half an inch. Yeah, so here. Okay, half an inch. Okay, and then from here, original corner, you're going to mark this amount, which was 2.6 for me, about 2.6. Okay, so that is this amount, triangle amount. Okay, so you mark that. Then you connect this half-inch point to this point with straight line, and just extend a few inches, couple inches like that. Okay, so from the half-inch point through the point, use this measurement. Okay, and then connect that with straight line, and then just keep going a few inches like this. Okay, so that's the initial step, right? Then next, we're going to do this calculation here. Waist divided by 4, okay? Waist divided by 4 and plus 5/8, okay? So waist, how much was the waist? 34.5, right? Divided by 4, okay? Plus 5/8, 0.625. Okay, so that's 9.25, okay? So this is very, very important. So I hope you make sure you get this, okay? So you do need to use L square here, okay? So you place L square, okay? Align with the slanted line, okay? And so you have perpendicular line here, right? And then the answer I have is 9.25. What's 9.25? Okay. So what's 9.25? Let me do it again. 34.5 divided by 4. Okay. Plus 0.625. Yeah, 9.25. Okay. So 9.25. So you mark the point on your L square. So this is 9. 9.25 is here. Okay. So this is 9.25. And you basically slide this like this. Make sure you keep it right angle until this amount intersect with the waistline. So obviously my waistline is a little short here. So original waistline, I mean. So you just extend long enough, like this, okay? And then keep the L square perpendicular to the slanted line. And then you will slide up, 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 up until this point intersect with the waistline, okay? So you keep this right angle and then intersect with this waistline. So here I am sliding up and down to find a point, okay? So there we go, here, okay? And now I can draw the line. It's 9.25 here, okay? So, and this is perpendicular, okay? and 9 1/4. Okay, so this is how you find, right? So make sure you use L square. So I don't know how much this is. Okay, you can only find by using L square. Okay, all right. So now I have back waistline marked. Let's do the crotch here. Okay, so the back, if you look at from the side dress form side view, the back is a little bit, more buttock is more projected. So the crotch point should be longer, right? So how much longer is that? From this front crotch point, you extend the point 1 inch. One. Okay, so you extend 1 inch, okay, and then drop 3/8. Okay, down 3/8. Okay, so go out 1 inch and then down 3/8. So that is the back crotch point. Okay, so once you mark the point, I like you to draw a little guideline like this, straight horizontal guideline like this. Okay, and then you can, this entire back center back line, you eyeball like divide by 3. It's about like this, right? Divide by 3. Okay, and so you basically from here draw a nice curved line. Okay, so make sure the back crotch line is lower than the front crotch curve, deeper than the front crotch curve. Okay, so here this almost straight here, right? So this from this point, you're going to use like that, okay, a little deeper, and then you blend it to like that. See? So this is the front crotch curve, this is the back crotch curve. Okay, and let me use blue pencil so you can see. Okay, because this overlapped. So this is the back crotch curve. Okay. Okay. So let's work on the side seam, side hip. Okay. So if you look at here, you see now the back. Since I brought in this much. You see, so now that means this is the center back line. So if I keep the side seam with the same as the center front pant, it's small, right? So you measure this and then add the same amount to the side. So I'm going to measure this. That is 1 1/8. So I add 1 1/8 to the side. So here, amount you're going to add to the side. So that will become the back side hip. Okay. So now you need to connect this. Okay. So wait until let's do rest of that, and then we will complete the side. Okay. Out seam. All right. So now I will move down to the knee and okay, knee and hand. Okay. So knee to hem is quite easy. It's almost like adding a seam allowance. So what you can do is you're going to add 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. Okay. So use that plastic ruler. So you're going to add 3/4. Okay. So 3/4 and 3/4 here. So same thing you do here. So 3/4. Okay. And 3/4. Okay. So let's complete here. Same here. Inseam. Here you're going to first connect this point to the back crotch point with a straight line. Okay, guideline. And again, about in the middle, mark the 1/4 inch point. Okay. Get 1/4 inch to maybe it's 3/8. It depends on the size of the pant. So I will do probably like that. Not make sure lines are always fluid. Okay? And then something like that. Okay, so that looks good. So you do straight to curve to the back scratch point. Okay. Right. Now the last part is here. Okay. So I have the outseam. So you're going to do slight straight guidelines. So make sure you don't go across that. So what you need to do is you're going to first draw this line. Okay. With very gentle, almost straight, I would say. Like that. Okay. And then, so from here, what I usually do, use a straight ruler, but I guess you are still, learning. So I'm going to do probably like that. Let's see. Okay. Basically you're just following that and then slightly deviate it to that point. Like that. That looks good, right? So you can see very gentle curve with the back because the back is, slanted. So it's almost kind of straighter than the front. Okay, so now I have outseam for the back complete. Then here, same thing I did for the front. You will raise 1/4 inch at the sideways. So here, make sure I'm going to do like that. Okay, so now that looks better. Okay, right angle. Okay, so let me use the blue pencil to distinguish the front and back. Blue pencil. So this is the back outseam, right? There you go. So that's the back pant, and this is the front pant. So front pant, let me mark the red pencil too. It's almost straight, and then curve. All right. Now, finally, okay, I need to mark the dart placement because you see the back includes extra amount, right, for darts. Okay, so how you find the dart amount is 5/8. Okay, so on the back waistline, so you're going to mark middle point, which is here. Okay, halfway point. Okay, and then right angle to the back waistline. You draw a guideline. The length of the dart is 2 3/4. Okay, 2 3/4 is here. Okay, and at the intersecting point. Okay, so you need to mark 5/8 dart opening. Okay, so half of the 5/8 on both sides. So 5/16. Okay, so 5/16 and 5/16 on both sides. 5/16 here, sorry. 5/16 and 5/16. Okay, so that will be 5/8. Okay, then you connect these 3 points with a straight line. Okay, this is 5/8. Okay, and 2 3/4 long. Okay. So now back pocket. So back pocket is always relative to the placement of the dart. Okay. So first the pocket will be parallel to the waistline. So you're going to mark parallel line like that, just the parallel. And the pant pocket is 5 inches. Okay, 5 inches for the back pocket. So you do half of that, 2.5, 2.5 on both sides. Okay, 2.5, 2.5. Okay, So that 5 inches, and you mark the width of the weld. So this is single weld pocket with 3/8 width. So I mark 3/8 parallel, and so that's the pocket mark. So it's 3/8. Okay, so 5 and 3/8. So this is the pocket. Okay. All right. So now draft is complete, and then so next we will move on to waistband and the pocket. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mark the front slant pocket here. The slant pocket. Okay. So this is the front. You have the pocket here. So the placement is 1.5 inch from the side. Okay. 1.5, and the opening is actually 6 inches, but the upper part is 1 inch closed. So you will do like this. So keep the ruler, the corner like this. So you do like a little, like a composite like that, right? So keep this as a pivot, and you find the 7 inch intersecting with the outseam. So here 7 inches, and you're going to draw the line like that. And so that is the pocket opening, and from the top 1 inch is stitched down. So this is the actual opening, 6 inches. Okay, so that's the pocket placement. So make sure you mark that. Okay. All right. Well, that's it.